Hello YouTubers, it's Josh from Midlife RC. Quick update. Getting ready to do some surgery on Red here. This is a brand new ready to run version of the Trailfinder. I recently took my blue Trailfinder and did what's called a motor drop, and this one's up next. And while I've got it apart to do the motor drop, got a whole bag of goodies to install while I got it apart. And in its stock form, everybody knows the plastic drive shaft is usually the first thing to go. About the first 30 seconds of any torque, the drive shaft jumps out like pop rocks. And the springs right out of the box are a little stiff. I'm sorry, the leaf springs are a little stiff. So I'm going to change all that, loosen it up, starting by adding the RC four-wheel drive shooter shackles right here. They make a world of difference on the suspension on these. I have them on my other truck, front and rear. This is going to get them front and rear. And this is part number, I don't know if that focused for you or not. There you go. So I got those to put on. Also, while it's under, I went ahead and found the steel drive shafts, the steel Punisher shafts. Got the front and rear. So those plastic ones will just be act of desperation backup, I guess. Here is the part numbers for that. So I got the two drive shafts. I also picked up the body lift kit. The 1.55s are small scale tires, but they do rub a little bit when you got a lot of flex in these, so I want to get the body up just a little bit. Here's the part number on those. So these parts I've accumulated over the past month or so here and there on eBay or places that had them. Can't wait to tear this thing apart and start putting them in. Now, 2 days ago, I came home from work, and there was a box on the porch from my favorite, RPP Hobby, out of California. I do a lot of ordering from them for my RC stuff. They generally have most things in stock. I like to place all my orders at once. So if they don't have something, I'll pick it up somewhere else, just here and there. But in here, I've got some more stuff for Red. I'm a little excited about this, I'm not gonna lie. My receipt, RPP decals, which I must have 50 of these now. The styrofoam. What are we gonna pull out first? Let's do this first. Chris Herb, he's a Trailfinder wizard, mentioned these Mickey Thompson tires, and I started looking at them, researching them. They look really good. I'm excited to try them out. I got the 1.55s. Here's the part number. I don't know if anybody can see them. I'm gonna open one up just to see. Oh, I like the looks of these bad boys. Look like the tire I had on my Yodas when I was a youngin'. They feel like they're gonna do really well. And they look great too. So there's the one set of tires that I ordered. And there should be another set in here. I didn't see anything mentioned as back ordered. So, yep, here's the other set. So I've got front and rear. Interesting, the bags are two different colors. One with a blue header, one with a red header, but they're the same thing. So there's the tires. Ta-da. Next, what else did I oh yeah, the taller shock hoops. A must if you want to put longer shocks on the front of these. These are from the Glenade D90 type chassis. Here's the part number. I also have these on my other Trailfinder to fit bigger shocks, more flex, good times. They're a direct fit here, and you got a couple different options here for shocks. Goof around and see what works best for you. You got that. God, I forgot what I ordered. Oh yeah, I ordered the worn aftermarket looking scale hubs. Nobody had the red Yoda ones, so I went with the worn. They look a lot like ones that a friend of mine had when we were younger. We converted onto his Toyota. They look neat. I want to get a scale look going with this truck. The only thing I don't like about these is they make you buy a separate tool to put them on. Here's the locking hub. I'm using an iPhone to shoot, so I don't know how well that's going to come out. So I got one for each side there. Anybody that wants to know. Of course, any scales, any site that sells RC stuff, these things are all over the place. So there's the front hubs. Then you can't have the front hubs without the installation tool. They jack you up another couple of bucks for a little tool to be able to install that. I'm not even convinced this is the right one for... Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. This is for the rear hubs. That's why it didn't look right. I also got rear hubs. Here's the rear hub. Just little black caps, just like you see on a regular truck. So now I'll have the front and rear hubs. This is the install tool for the rear. I guess that's what it says. Scale rear hub install tool. And then there's the front. Scale install tool. Ta-da. A couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there. I found this in the clearance section. This is a low profile skid plate for underneath. The one that comes on the Trailfinder is more or less a shovel. Hangs you up everywhere. So for a couple of dollars on clearance, I figured I'd try it. If I don't like it, I'll repurpose it somehow. And these were recommended to me. The front axles look kind of like the old dog bone style when you open them up inside, the little round with the pin through it. And these, I think, are called the XVD axles. Were recommended to me. You get better turning and no clicking or slippage in the front axle under pressure, I believe is what I understood. So there's those. And I think that brings me to what I'm excited about most, and that's the wheels. My other truck, I got 1.9s and 1.5s. This one I've got 1.5s and 1.5s. But all the rims I have are the same. I like the wagon wheel look. Until I found this. On RC 4-Wheel Drive's website, they sell stuff by a company called Gearhead. I've talked about their screw kits before. Kind of a must-have. Different sizes, lengths, etc. They got a lot of little things. But I was messing around one day a while back and I saw a set of wheels I really liked, and it happened to be by them. And if these work out the way I want them to, they're going to be used a bigger size, 1.9, on the upcoming stretch box project. But check these things out. Slotted, old school aluminum rims. These, to me, are awesome. Heavy too. They look beautiful on the internet. Of course, everything looks beautiful on the internet. I'm going to grab one right now and see what they are actually like. It's a bag with a bag. Packaged nice. They look pretty good. Look pretty good. For those of you guys in your late 30s, 40s, 50s, you'll remember these old slotted wheels were just about on every hot rod, Jeep, truck, whatever. There's different variations of them. And as soon as I saw these, I knew I had to have them for something. So I figured I'd try them out on red here. And if I really like the way they look, if they're not too bad for putting tires on, I'm going to get the 1.9s for the stretch box build, the 70s stretch van I'm doing. A project in conjunction with Rich at 2RC Productions. Look him up on YouTube. He's done a series of videos on this body. He's put a ton of time and effort, and too much if you ask me. He really outdid himself. It looks great. Check out his videos. Give him a follow. I've got the chassis for it hanging right up here. I've got another video that's, I think, got it in it, but I'm going to leave it hanging there. So that's it. I got my rims. I got tires. I got axles, shock hoops, body lift, shooter shackles, front, rear, skid plate, cross my fingers, front and rear scale hubs, front and rear scale hub tools, and probably one of the most important upgrades to a Trailfinder, the drive shafts, steel Punisher shafts. Just sold out just about everywhere. I happen to find these at a dealer hobby shop up in Maine that I've personally been to on vacation. Didn't even think I'd find him on eBay, but there he was on eBay, and he had 3 in stock, so I ordered 2. That's it. Last thing, as far as scale whatevers, gonna start looking into bumpers. I do not like the stock bumpers that come with these trucks. They're not my thing. I ordered this from Proline. This is a toolbox, obviously, that comes with a couple of plastic axles because everybody carries plastic axles in their toolbox. I don't know if you can see it. There's a screwdriver in there too, a scale, pry bar / screwdriver. Those probably won't stay in there, but you know, scale items, and I guess at competitions you get points for that. I'm new to that. I just like tinkering with these things. I could sit here and never drive them. I've had this thing all winter. Hasn't seen a battery yet. Neither has a controller. I haven't even paired the receiver to the controller. I just like tinkering with them. But that's going to change. Tear down, motor drop, pack the axles, some marine grease, and get it ready for Chris Herb's competition in August. So there's my quick update. I'm going to try to do a step-by-step as I cut the frame of this to fit the motor drop down, and upload that and see what happens. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like it, rate, comment, subscribe. If not, you can do that too. Have a good afternoon, guys. Josh from Midlife RC. Hello again, quick little add-on. So I tried the new rims. I put them on blue here. I like the way the color, the finish goes with that stripe package. Look pretty good, huh? What I don't like, I just discovered, is that you have to glue them. They're not beadlock. I didn't know that. My bad. No fault to the company. They're beautiful looking wheels. Just not going to use them for any kind of competition. I'll keep them though, I guess. They dress up blue quite nice. I'll have to figure out a good tire compound. I guess of all the stuff I ordered, the biggest disappointment isn't really the fact that I have to glue these. The biggest disappointment is these Mickey Thompsons. Here's why. They're tiny. They're a small 1.55 and like real small. Comparative. I don't know if I can get it to stay there long enough. Itsy bitsy. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with those. I don't know if I'm going to send them back or just hang on to them for other purposes. Maybe scale spares or something. I don't know. I don't think these were that much money, if I remember right. Oh, there it goes. So, there's There's blue with one of the new rims on it. If anybody's got any suggestions on gluing these tires on, any particular glues, shoot them my way. Funny thing about this, I experimented with this tire because on blue, I blew the bead off, and then I didn't blow the bead off, I actually ripped it the last time I took it out. I don't know if you can see. It's tore, so this tire is garbage. But I stuck a foam in it and stuck it on there for now, just to see what it would look like. The rims actually look smaller, don't they, than the white ones? And I think that's because the white ones suck the tire in. And these, they don't really suck it in. The tire looks a little wider, but I took the face here of one of the stock ones, and it's the exact same size. It just doesn't bead lock, so it doesn't pull it in like the other ones. So that's it. Thought I'd add this on to the end of the video. The biggest disappointment is the Mickey Thompson tires. To me, I mean, I'm sure some people would like them. They're just too small for my liking. Thanks again.